Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time this evening to attend. It's extremely important for us as a scrutiny panel to ensure engagement with the public, so as to support any findings and recommendations that may be within our review. As you've already heard, I'm Tracy Vauxhall, I'm Deputy of St John's and a member of the panel. Unfortunately, due to the ill health of our chairman, Deputy Louise Doublé, she's unable to join us, and we really do wish her a speedy recovery. I've therefore been asked to chair this evening's meeting. It is necessary for me to point out that this is a public meeting, and therefore all comments made within this forum are treated in an open and transparent manner. Nothing will be confidential. Should you feel that you aren't able to speak so openly, you can either approach us individually at the end of the meeting or submit your comments to our scrutiny officer, as you can see on the back of the leaflets that have been provided on the chairs. We are here this evening to discuss the recent announcement by the Education Minister to means test the Nursery Education Fund. Although we have held a public hearing with the Minister, we are here this evening to hear the public's view on the announcement, to contribute towards our review as evidence. There has been notable concern displayed by the community as to the way the decision has been handled, and only yesterday we heard questions raised by members of the States, with a proposition also being lodged for debate. As a panel, we need to review this decision in an objective and considered way, and therefore will not be expressing an individual view on the matter. The meeting will be structured in such a way so as to ensure that we focus on particular issues that may arise from this change, but also leaving an opportunity at the end to address anything you believe we may not have considered. So, without further ado, I'd like to ask the Minister for Education to please address the audience.
I do deeply regret, I am very sorry that I wasn't here at a point in time when this came out and was hit the press and was told to all of you. It was a series of miscommunications that led to the fact that most people didn't know that myself and the director would be away. In fact, just today, we've identified that when we had told the various people associated with us within the department that we would be away, it was recorded, but the actual computer didn't record the full time that we'd both be away. It recorded just one day, although on our iPads it actually said that it recorded the full time. So I am sorry that happened, and I was taught many years ago when I was a child that when you make a mistake, you recognise it, you apologise for it, you say sorry, you rectify it, and you make sure it doesn't happen again, and then you move on. So hopefully this is the stage where we begin to move on. As the Deputy Vauxhall has already said, this isn't my meeting. I won't be doing a Q&A. I've come along here tonight with two of my colleagues to listen to what you have to say. This is part of the process moving towards a resolution of some sort. It is important that I hear from you. I've already got within my diary meetings with members of the private sector from nurseries who have already asked for meetings. I will do that. I've already got appointments in my diary with members of the public who have already contacted me. I have all the emails that have been sent to me, and I have the petition that was equally sent to me. So I have a lot of information in front of me already. So I'm more than happy to talk to everybody about all of the particulars that relate to this particular proposition. So anybody, as Deputy Vauxhall says, feels that they want to speak to either myself or the scrutiny panel, then more than welcome to do so. So I hope tonight we can begin to move towards a process of actually understanding each other a little bit, and then seeing if there's more ideas that can come from yourself so we can advance the situation that we find ourselves in now.
I understand that a lot of you, this is a very passionate issue. Some of you may support the Minister's proposals as they are, some may feel very strongly against them, but we want to hear what you have to say to understand what it is. So just to go to stage this, looking at the principle of free education for all, in 2011, 20 hours of universal nursery hours were given to all children over the age of 3 in Jersey. The reason for that at the time was because that was the optimal educational level of hours that were given. It was decided that it should be universal to deal with some of the inequalities of the system at the time and as they were perceived. Also, at the moment, the nursery provision through the NEF is non-statutory, so that means that it's not mandatory that government provide it. And also at the moment, we know that there are proposals in the UK looking to give 30 hours for free, up to 100,000 income. Also in Guernsey, we know that at the moment there's 15 hours for free, up to a cap of £100,000. However, of course, they do have different taxation systems to us as well, so that's to bear that all in mind when looking at the figures. So at the moment, the panel wanted to get people's thoughts and ideas on their views on the principle of free education for all, about the equality or lack of in the current proposals. And so we very much invite anyone here who would like to comment on that at the moment to come forth and do so.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your contributions so far. We understand that the proposal as it stands is to say to families that if you earn £75,000 a year, that is the point at which you will no longer be entitled to 20 hours a week free nursery care for your children. We've spoken a little bit about the principle of means testing and whether that is right or wrong, what the financial implications of it are, whether it's fair or not in the first place, and some of that will come into here. When we had our hearing with the Education Minister recently, he indicated that when I asked him the question whether the £75,000 limit was the right limit, he did say, he can correct me if I'm wrong here, that over the next 6 months it's something they're prepared to look at. And therefore, if it's something they're prepared to look at, we need to ask the question of you, as in, how would you look at it? What would you want to see change in that limit? Do you think that limit is appropriate? We asked the Minister if he considered a family on £75,000 a year to be a high income, and he said that he did. We asked if that was common amongst the other state's departments, and he said that it wasn't, and that is uniquely in education here. So there's a few supplementary questions that you might want to consider when making your contributions. So who exactly are these households on £75,000? Somebody at the back referred to being the strangled middle. Potentially that might be a view you have. We have heard contributions from people who have said that they do think £75,000 a year